So we finally decided to go car shopping. So there's a couple different ways that you can do that today. You can use the internet. You can visit a regular dealership. You can do a private person sale. You could buy something online from somebody that you've never met before. All those have different things that go along with that, and the last one's kind of a little bit risky because you've not seen anything, you don't know anything about that. Internet sales are a great way to go ahead and do that. Internet pricing is typically lower than going and talking to a salesman at the dealership, and it may be the same vehicle at the dealership. So check the internet first and make sure you're getting the best rate for you when you go in there and you talk to the salesman and say, hey, I found this online at this dollar amount for this vehicle. Just make sure you know that up front. Dealerships will come in and you'll meet with a salesman. You'll want to go ahead and maybe test drive the vehicle. You want to test drive at least 2 or 3 different vehicles, make sure this is the one that you're wanting to go ahead. And you want to visit a couple dealerships, 2 or 3, to go ahead and make sure that you've zoned in on this is the car that I want, whether it be the first car or the last car you drive. You want to make sure that the vehicle that you're happy with, because you're going to spend 4 years with it, 5 years with it, 6 years with it. So you want to make sure that you're happy about the vehicle that you're purchasing. So you always want to take the voice of reasoning with you, whether it be a parent, a spouse, a trusted best friend, somebody who's going to say, hey, this really doesn't fit you, or hey, this really fits you very well. It's got the features that you like, the features that we talked about. Just somebody to sound something off with. When you go do your test drive the vehicle on the roads you typically drive. Test drive the vehicle without the audio system on. We want you to listen to the audio system, but probably do that in the parking lot because you want to listen for things like road noise, wind going through the windows, or if everything's working well, how loud the tires are on the vehicle, and any other, if it's a used vehicle, of any other clinks or clunks that may happen as you're going down the road, right? You want to know all those things kind of up front. And yes, you want to check out the audio system, especially on used cars. You want to check out all 4 speakers, so you'll play with that. It's better to do that while you're not driving versus driving, but you want to make sure all the speakers work. You want to make sure everything that you're purchasing works the way you expect it to work. So pros and cons of buying a car with maybe through Carbuying and some other things. Yes, they do. You get all your financing up front with that. They deliver the vehicle to your door, and there is a 7-day turn-back policy if you're not happy with that. But again, now you're kind of made that purchase, and now you got to return it. And sometimes that works out well for busy people, and other times it's okay to go ahead and shop and when you have a little bit more time, so that you didn't make that financial commitment, you didn't sign loan paperwork for a car now that you're trying to return. Even though there is a return policy, there's all those other stipulations in those returns. So I get questions asked me all the time, new versus used, and how long I can keep my car. So if you like to be like my children who switch out their vehicles every 2 or 3 years, buying a used car may be the right way for you to go, because somebody's already taken that depreciation for you. You're not taking that. You avoid potentially negative equity if you're trading it every 24 months anyway. It puts you in a better buying position overall as a consumer. New cars, you plan on hanging on to that new car for about 5 years, because it's going to take up to 5 years for the depreciation to level out. During the years 1 and 2, you may see a depreciation of 40% of the value of that vehicle. Year 3, it starts to slow down a little bit. Year 4 really starts to slow down, and year 5, it kind of levels out. And that's the kind of things you want to keep in mind with buying a new car versus a used car. So I get asked a lot, when is a good time to go buy a vehicle? There's a couple different times throughout the year that are a good time to go buy a vehicle. One is on the end of the month. Dealers are trying to go ahead and wrap up month-end sales, so they're more inclined to go ahead and give you a great deal at that time. Second time is holiday weekends. Most of the time, manufacturers will run some type of promotion during a holiday weekend to entice you to come into the dealership and instead of spending the weekend on the lake with your friends and family. Model year end is a great time to buy a car. They're trying to get rid of the 2019s. We're going into 2020, so the 2020 models are rolling out. They want to get rid of those 2019s. The other time is the very end of the year. Dealers are very anxious to go ahead and sell you a new car at year end, so that they don't have to pay taxes on the vehicles that are on the property as of December 31st.